Hello, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. We're going to be playing some Lone Echo here. Ooh, hang on. Make sure I've. Okay, good. No, I'm streaming. Sorry, my apologies. Here we go. So, when last we left, um, we were trying to figure out how to fix our happy little mining station here out on the rings of Saturn. Oh, blast. So, well, crap. I thought I had the last 5 satellites that I wanted to get here. So that means down here. I was hoping to come in and have all these comm satellites taken care of. At least the ones that are the 12 that are around the base. Oh, there's one right there. Ooh, ah.
Need to have a discussion about that. Athena, schedule a meeting with Dr. Patel next Tuesday, please.
Of course, sir. Sir,
See it?
you have received a message from headquarters. It is marked as high priority. Would you like me to read it for you?
Go ahead.
Funding for Stage 3 of the Echo project has been approved and doubled. Congratulations. Our clients are eager to see the results of your labors. Once you reach Stage 4, I hope you'll reconsider your interest in heading the Leviathan project. Even in the concept stage, the USN is all over it. Keep up the good work. H.
Oh, Jesus. They're really scrambling. The Pythias incident's got half the damn solar system spooked. Well, the half that even knows it happened anyway. At this rate, it seems inevitable, doesn't it, Athena?
What does, sir?
War.
This is called Echo Arena, Kicking Job. It is an Oculus exclusive, I believe. And you play a android by the name of Jack, who is an AI experiment, apparently. And last we left. So, this is a giant mining operation that is manned by one person. Her name is Olivia Rhodes. You'll hear her called Liv here in the case. And she's currently inside the current building, or current this in the mining station, and we are in orbit around Saturn. We were minding our business. Olivia is about a week away, Oh, Yub. I'm sorry, my bad. It takes me a few minutes to get there because in order to get... let's see here. In order to watch the chat here, I
Select your destination.
Let's go with here.
Destination, Communications Satellite D4. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
And right now, there's a bunch of things called... bunch of satellites. Oh, there it is. Whoa. And I overshot there. Oh, and... there's a bunch of satellites called... we'll get close to this one. So, we were minding our own business in this mining colony when this big anomaly over here decided to pop into the suburbs of Saturn. And it emitted a giant electrical EMP or some sort of pulse that knocked out most of the mining system. We've pretty much repaired everything, and there's a couple of assignments here that we have to do, and as soon as I get back over here to this little device here. So I am out here trying to fix things. Not the least of which is getting the mining thing operational. Now I had finished most of the secondary stuff here, but I wanted to hold off on finishing the last assignment. That'll trip the next part of the story, which is working down in the active mining site. Our mission here in right now is to bring the whole all of the... oh, hello. There's something I need to get. That's one of the comm satellites I need. Supposedly, when the power surge hit, these CubeSats got data dumped by the main database, and there's a lot of plot going on in those. And that brings us to... got one more, and I think I know where it is. But I need, in order to get there, I need to get to this one up here. I had originally... yeah, they are. But they also have a lot of information on them. Now, the primary dig site, if we start interfering with that, we're going to boost the rest of the story going, because this isn't a new game. It's been about a year old, and there's a lot of stuff out there about it. And if you repair everything there, you're going to trigger some catastrophic stuff here that brings the storyline on. And by the way, that is an absolutely gorgeous view of the rings. So the last one, if I remember correctly, for the satellite, I have to take the Fury down to the satellite down there, which is ComSat F7. Yeah, and they have a lot of data. These things have a lot of data on them that give you a lot of background to the story here. I did do some of the side missions here that are local. This is actually a fairly short game. So I'm just going to grab this Fury and follow it down so I can see where the last satellite is and clear out the ones that are around the base. Then we can get on to... Then I can get on to actually getting on with the rest of the story, which is to fix the active mining site.
Select your destination. Destination: Communications Satellite F7. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
I'm holding on. Now the satellites do this ladder thingy here. There it is. Sorry, I've got to move around the text box. You see, I have to hang my text box directly into the field of view here because it's three-dimensional and there's no frickin' way of getting the text box out of the way of the game. So it's kind of an immersion, or if you are an older school anime person, kind of like Martian the Successor Nadesco, the screens just pop up spontaneously. Here we go. Last of the ones that are outside of the primary mining site. Now we can finish out the rest of the story here and basically see how bad gets. So there's always one shuttle at every dock location. They it sounds like they network together to So one of the goals with my playthrough here is to find all of the bloody things, because the storyline is incredible, or at least the background for this is, and especially since they're bringing out a second one called Lone Echo 2, which continues the story from where they happened. So we're just going to take one of these. They're called Fury Transports. They're kind of a carrier-all. And take it to the primary dig site. We are mining I believe we're mining a heavy hydrogen for fusion reactions, or helium, one of the two.
Select your destination.
I just love the interface here. This is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's going to get really bad.
Destination: primary dig site. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
Okay. There's the one that returns. So basically, the shuttles are everywhere here. So, as Jack, you have several things here. In addition to your hands, you have this nice little arc torch and a scanner on each hand, which you saw me play with. This is a radiation shield monitor. This is the computer that shows you what you're planning to do here. It's the primary dig site. We got to investigate, but we also have 6 cube sites. sats around here, so we're just going to go hunt those first before we get on with the rest of the story. Now, this is one of the power packs that charges your shield. So we're just going to sneak around here and try to find satellites. They'll blink orange here. So I'm just going to find the satellites first before we go on with the rest of the story. Why? Because, oh, there's one. Because it gives you a lot of background, and once I finish, we'll take a stop here. And finish, listen to all the tapes.
Athena, bring it online. State your name and purpose.
I am designated as Echo 2. My purpose is to protect and obey my superior and engage in combat operations at their discretion.
Good. And at this time, who is your superior?
You are, sir.
Right you are. Now, do you see that firearm over there?
Yes, sir.
I'll order you to pick it up and use it to eliminate those labor units on the other side of the room.
Understood.
Warning. Hazardous levels of radiation detected.
Right on cue.
I'll try to get the site's radiation dampener online.
Good idea. Make sure to check its backup power supply.
That's
It may have a dead battery.
That's Liv in the background. Now, that's 2. Okay, that's some lethal radiation there. Whoa. Now the good thing is that Jack
Shields
doesn't...
at 50%.
I know. Thank you. Thank you, Athena. Oh, absolutely. Not the least of which is that you absolutely feel like you're in space. Not the least of which is that this whole thing was designed with by movements you see on Saturn. Oh, frick. That's 3. 3 of 6. I think this is what VR was designed to do. Oh, you see that my Guardian system, which is the blue grid that occasionally pops up, is actually I'm floating all over it here, basically. Now,
My
Jack,
sensors are picking up a signal from deeper inside this cave.
oh, we're looking for orange blinking flashings.
Shields at 30%.
I
The
know.
Fury transport should have an induction panel where I can recharge.
Yeah, I know. Hello. We're now exploring some of the last of the... Yeah. Oh, there's Spore. Good news, bad news. Oh, well, you too here. There I am. Hi, Mom. Yeah. So I have a headlamp on here on him as well. I don't know what that is. Well, good news, bad news is that good news you don't actually die like with Jack. Bad news is that it reclones you. So basically your your AI downloads into a into a into another droid. Uh-oh, like that.
Reboot initiated.
My shield can only absorb so much radiation before sustaining irreparable damage.
That one's active. Now where was I? Oh, I was up here. So what I'm doing now is that you're able to scan the radiation level. And there I am. No more to point my radioactively burned husk, which is rather disturbing, to be quite honest.
Shields at 95%.
Liv, I found the labor unit. It has been dismembered, and it may have suffered internal damage as well.
Try to get its limbs reattached at least. We can perform a more thorough diagnostic later.
Oh, the wrong side.
Shields at 50%. Shields at 30%.
Now, where's your arm? And there I go, shut down again.
Reboot initiated.
I need to be more careful when operating in irradiated environments.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. And I think I just... And I think I just jammed here. But let me see here if I can quit this, restart this. Let's start this up again. Oh, there we go. Let's see if it lets me. Let's see if it lets me load out here from the last death, as it were.
Builds at 50%.
Okay. Okay. Okay, there's one leg.
Shields at 30%.
I am going to go back to the shuttle here, the Fury, and recharge my shield. Now, the issue was that the pod that carries the extra one of me didn't, and where I am, kind of misstood each other. Apparently, it was a glitch. So here's the induction panel that I use to charge my shield again. Let's get that sensor out because it... we got one more satellite to go. And trying to find...
Shields at 95%.
There's this arm.
Repairs complete. Unit 38, are you operational?
Affirmative. I feel lovely. Just lovely. How are you?
You have definitely sustained internal damage.
Negative. This unit is operating at 10,000% efficiency. As you can see, the bridge is in excellent condition.
This is a cave.
Negative, negative, negative. This is the bridge. I recommend you schedule yourself for maintenance, Echo 1. You are being very negative.
Liv, I've found the missing labor unit near the primary dig site and, well, it's disoriented.
What the hell do you mean by that?
Is that Captain Rhodes? Are you speaking to Captain Rhodes? Please tell her that I am nearly finished clearing her browsing history, as requested.
Maybe you should just leave it alone for now.
That may be for the best.
Let's get back to the induction charger. It was hot.
Reboot initiated.
I need to be more careful when operating in irradiated environments.
You think? So this
Shields
is how...
at 95%.
This battery socket should provide backup power to the dampening field, even if the main generator is offline. Battery removed. It's definitely depleted.
Well, that explains that. Your Fury transport should have a spare you can replace it with.
There's the battery pack. I do like the industrial...
The backup battery should be on the aft of the transport. Battery acquired.
And while we're here, let's charge this one. And charge me. Okay, charged. So here comes the quick change. Wow, that's a hot zone.
Shields at 95%.
Power restored. I should be able to turn the dampener on now.
There's the damp. There's the dampener.
Dampener online. Geiger readings nominal.
Nice job. That should buy you some time. If the dampener goes down again, you can recharge the battery back at the Fury. Based on the radiation, I bet that generator has a damaged core. Look for a maintenance panel that you can cut open.
Shields at 50%.
A fusion generator, more than capable of powering the entire dig site.
Okay, time for
Shields at 30%. Reboot initiated.
Looks like the dampener lost power. I should recharge the battery of the Fury transport.
First, let's get the battery from the Fury. Oh, there it is. Really? It fell out? How do your battery fall out? Get in there and stay. Okay, you have fun. You have a good night. I'm just going to be...
I've found the generator's maintenance hatch, but the release mechanism isn't functional.
Just cut it open. I'll happily weld a new one on myself when this is over.
Shields at 50%.
Maintenance panel removed.
How's it look?
The main reactor appears to be intact, but the fuel rod is partially
Security
melted.
brace disengaged.
Better jettison it then. It may be good to scan it first, though. The data could prove useful.
Severe thermal damage detected. Main fuel supply depleted.
Depleted? Helium fusion rods can last a century. How could it discharge that much energy so quickly without exploding? Well, if you have a moment, could you scan those labor units too? The data could help me figure out what happened.
Fuel rod jettisoned. Generator systems offline.
Radiation dissipating. That core seems to have been the only source.
Good work. Now just get the generator a new fuel rod and re-engage the locking mechanisms. There should be a spare in the site's core enclosure.
New core acquired. Returning to the generator.
New fuel element accepted. Please re-engage safety protocols. Connection with primary dig site re-established.
Excellent. I pulled a few labor units out of mothballs to mount the antenna while you finish the repairs. You'll need to assemble them before you move on. A Fury transport should arrive with them shortly.
Broad-spectrum lattice displacement. These labor units have suffered catastrophic radiation damage.
And all without setting off a radiation alarm or abandoning the site. It must have been sudden. That settles it. Let's get rid of the fuel rod. It's too dangerous to keep around.
This area is still rich with helium-3. We won't deplete it for a while. We should postpone further construction on this site, until we can fully assess how the anomaly has affected our equipment.
Agreed. I'll probably spend my last week here just doing a full assessment of the station at this rate. You know, assuming we can figure out what that anomaly is in the first place.
The drills at the primary dig site are functional. No signs of damage from the anomaly.
Good. Those don't yield as much helium as the blocks we send to the processing line, but losing them would still hurt our numbers.
There's one more satellite around here.
Assemble those labor units when you get a chance, Jack. The Fury transport should have arrived with them by now.
So we're looking for little orange blinking flashes. Here, little blinking flashing. Here, little blinking flashing. Since it's not blinking, it's not. It's already been scanned. So. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, my little blinking flashing? Here, blinking flashing. Here, blinking flashing. Oh, there it is. Finally. Come here, you little bugger.
Each Echo combat unit will be streaming footage to our research center here on Ceres. You are to monitor this footage throughout the operation. I expect a full report within 24 hours of its conclusion. Is that clear?
Crystal, sir.
That's new. Where'd you pick that up?
Sergeant Montoya, sir.
Well, try not to use too many of his other favorite words. And not,
Professional.
That too. Dismissed, Echo 2. Reported 0500.
Sir, permission to ask a question first.
Very well. Speak freely.
These people, what do they hope to accomplish by hijacking their station? It's a science facility. They gain no tactical advantage by holding it.
It's not about tactics, Echo 2. They're making a statement. They don't think Mars needs the USN anymore.
So they're going to take and destroy USN property until they're
The
left alone.
data from your scans is
Essentially,
bizarre.
yes.
I don't understand.
This sort of erosion.
Won't, Echo 2.
How could it have happened
you don't have to.
instantaneously?
Could the radiation have corrupted the data?
Possibly. But that can't be the only factor. This anomaly isn't just a mass of radiation. There's more to it than that. I'm certain now.
That's the last audio log. I should make sure Liv received it.
Labor unit online. Proceeding with primary assignment.
Let's get back into the...
Labor unit online.
Labor units
Proceeding
online.
with primary
With them
assignment.
managing the data flow, you'll be free to operate the sensor once we're ready to scan. Jack, looks like everything's back up and running.
Affirmative.
Grab a Fury and head for the depleted dig site. I'll fill you in on the way.
So, let's start with the recovered audio file, shall we?
Athena, bring up the next candidate, please.
Echo Program Candidate number 37. Lieutenant Rhodes, Olivia J.
Now this one's promising. Accepted into the USN Aerospace Academy at 16. Exemplary marks in engineering, geology, robotics. Elite stuff. All the versatility you could want in an astronaut. The USN even approached her for the Pythias initiative, but she declined. I'm not interested in leaving the solar system, I guess. And her psych profile. She's right on the money. Took some prying, but the interviewer got her to open up about her family. The younger brother, Jackson. You could tell they were close. Probably had to look after him a lot with two scientists for parents. That's just what we need for Echo 1. She's perfect.
This is Captain Olivia Rhodes. Personal log entry for... God, has it been 2 months already? Time flies when you're running an entire mining operation alone, I suppose. Well, not completely alone. That's the catch, isn't it? This new Series 11 android they've assigned me, Echo 1, he's like a second crew member. I'm not just talking about all the work he gets done, either. It's the questions, I think. He's always asking them. Why do I do this? What does that phrase mean?
Select your
On.
destination.
And the way he'll stare at things sometimes, like he's trying to deconstruct them. It reminds me of... well... I called him Jack the other day. Completely by accident. It just slipped out. Had to take a moment after that. It has to mean something, though, doesn't it?
Alright.
Well, Athena, can they handle it?
According to my analysis, if a Series 10 android were upgraded to Dr. Patel's specifications, it could adopt a modified version of the Echo Project OS with a success rate of 83.6%.
Good enough. Alright, folks, there you have it. I want 50 of these upgraded Series 10s ready by the end of the week. They won't hit the metrics that we've been seeing from Echo 1, but he's been blowing away our Echo Arena prototypes by... repeat that figure, please, Athena.
Echo 1's cognitive performance rating has exceeded the top-performing Echo Arena android by 326%.
Right. The 10s don't need numbers like that to impress the USN. We just need to give them a taste. If they buy in on the 10s, then we've got them by the balls for the 11s. Let's get to work, people. Athena, end recording.
Accuracy, 54% improvement. Obstacle navigation, 37% improvement. Tactical decision-making, 31% improvement.
That'll do, Athena. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, these Echo combat units outperformed USN Marines by every metric in obstacle courses and tactical simulations conducted in Zero-G. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's well and good. But can these units think like soldiers? Can they adapt to changing circumstances, communicate, and work as a team? Well, if you'll follow me, you'll be able to witness a live combat simulation in our viewing lounge, and see for yourselves. Been waiting for the right moment to break this out. Suppose this is as good a time as any. After all, I've got two reasons. The first being the USN is enthusiastic about the 10s. If we'd put the papers in front of them at the end of our demonstration, they would have signed. And that's the problem. They were too enthusiastic. The USN never moves that quickly on anything. So I did some digging. Called in some old favors. Athena, read the message again.
Mission failure. Life support compromised. Reactor critical. Attackers unidentified. The Pythias is lost. Mission failure. The Pythias is lost.
The Pythias Initiative. The USN's extrasolar terraforming expedition, spearheaded by the largest, most advanced exploratory vessel ever built. And someone out there destroyed it. I need to have a discussion about that. Athena, schedule a meeting with Dr. Patel next Tuesday, please.
Of course, sir. Sir, you have received a message from headquarters. It is marked as high priority. Would you like me to read it for you?
Go ahead.
Funding for Stage 3 of the Echo Project has been approved and doubled. Congratulations. Our clients are eager to see the results of your labors. Once you reach Stage 4, I hope you'll reconsider your interest in heading the Leviathan Project. Even in the concept stage, the USN is all over it. Keep up the good work. H.
Oh, Jesus. They're really scrambling. The Pythias incident's got half the damn solar system spooked. Well, the half that even knows it happened anyway. At this rate, it seems inevitable, doesn't it, Athena?
What does, sir?
War. Athena, bring it online. State your name and purpose.
I am designated as Echo 2. My purpose is to protect and obey my superior and engage in combat operations at their discretion.
Good. And at this time, who is your superior?
You are, sir.
Right you are. Now, do you see that firearm over there?
Yes, sir.
I'll order you to pick it up and use it to eliminate those labor units on the other side of the room.
Understood. Engaging targets.
Each Echo combat unit will be streaming footage to our research center here on Ceres. You are to monitor this footage throughout the operation. I expect a full report within 24 hours of its conclusion. Is that clear?
Crystal, sir.
That's new. Where'd you pick that up?
Sergeant Montoya, sir.
Well, try not to use too many of his other favorite words. They're not,
Professional.
That too. Dismissed, Echo 2. Reported 0500.
Sir, permission to ask a question first.
Very well. Speak freely.
These people, What do they hope to accomplish by hijacking their station? It's a science facility. They gain no tactical advantage by holding it.
It's not about tactics, Echo 2. They're making a statement. They don't think Mars needs the USN anymore.
So they're going to take and destroy USN property until they're left alone?
Essentially, yes.
I don't understand.
You won't, Echo 2. And you don't have to.
Destination, depleted dig site. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
Here we go.
En route to the depleted dig site.
Good. When you get there, you'll need to aim the sensor array at the anomaly. I'm heading out to rig up the transponder.
I thought we agreed that you'd stay on board the station.
Sorry, Jack. I need a direct line into the lathe systems to siphon the power supply.
Liv, the plasma lathes have already malfunctioned once. That's extremely dangerous.
Relax. I double-checked the failsafes and I've shut down the main relays. I'm following protocol to the letter. Mostly.
Confidence inspiring. I've reached the depleted dig site. Are you in position?
Just arrived. Go ahead and bring it online. I'll manage the power supply from here.
Affirmative. I'll activate the site's generator.
Right. Just make sure you've completed all your other tasks before you get started. This scan could take a while, and I'll need you there.
Well, there's the generator.
There wouldn't be much point to reactivating these solar panels. The generator is more than enough to power the array. The site's generator is still in working order. I'll get it up and running.
Good. That should bring the sensor online.
Dig site generator online. Core samples processing. All systems nominal.
This site's generator can only power a few systems at a time. I'll need to make sure its power junction is directed towards the sensor array. Power rerouted. Liv, how are your energy readings?
So far, so good. Head to the sensor and bring it online.
Sensor reached.
Look for the main control console. You should be able to activate the sensor from there.
Pretty obvious activation button.
Sensor powering on.
Confirmed. You'll need to rotate the dish so it faces the anomaly before we can get a clear reading. Jack, it's working. The signal's getting stronger. Keep going.
The array is now pointed at the epicenter of the anomaly.
Perfect. Give me a minute to process the data. What the...
Oh, bloody hell.
Jack, what happened? I lost my connection to the sensor.
Energy spike from the anomaly. I think it blew the fuse.
Shit. Those sensors are sealed before deployment. Okay, you'll need to cut through to access the fuse box.
This has to be against protocol.
Well, I find it's easier to get things done if you think of the field manual as guidelines, rather than regulations.
I admit, I would have never considered using our geological sensor this way. It is highly unorthodox.
Well, unorthodox improvisations happen to be a speciality of mine. My father always liked to say, you've got to be prepared to be unprepared. Been hearing that phrase in my head all morning, let me tell you.
Come on.
The filament popped. We'll need a new one.
There should be plenty of spare fuses around. Look for a replacement.
I'm scheduling these drills to be transferred to the primary dig site. Keeping them at the depleted site is a waste of resources.
Really? You're doing that right now?
Well, we need to do it sometime, Liv.
Now, where are the fuses? Nope. Bingo. Of course, there's a bunch over there that I miss, of course.
Power level stabilizing.
Good. Let's get the sensor back online so we can finish the scan.
Sensors back online.
Connection established. Now we just need to realign the array.
Signal synchronized. Scanning inner horizon.
Liv, array is realigned. Can you confirm? Liv, do you copy?
I think it worked, Jack. I picked up something on the oscilloscope. I'm patching the audio through. Do you hear that? What the hell is this?
Bad.
Ah!
Liv. Olivia.
Jack, I need you. Find a Fury transport and get back here now.
Select your destination.
Okay. Where are you, Liv?
Jack! Over here! Oh, thank God for you. It just switched on.
Captain Rhodes. Sitrep, please.
The automatic release protocols aren't working. I'm wedged between the trolley and the rail. Can you see a way to get me out? Jack, I'm over here.
Negative. It's trapped beneath the cowl.
The access cover. If you cut through the bolts, we can get a look inside.
I do not currently need that item, Echo Unit.
There!
Anomaly detected. Proximity alert.
Jack?
The pulse knocked out my cutting tool.
Jack!
Rebooting.
Look! The anomaly is changing. What the hell?
Whoa!
Jack, are you seeing this? Oh, shit!
Cutting tool back online.
Incoming,
Liv.
Jack! Cut the panel!
Oh,
That's it! You got it!
Captain Rhodes, you are
Shit! Come on! Come on!
Whoa.
Liv. Liv, do you copy? Are you all right? Liv, where are you? Nothing.
Okay. Time to reboot here. So the game hiccups a little bit here. Let's see if this actually works. I mean, let's see if I reboot taking the hat off will do it. So we wait until our radiation shield comes down. This may take a while. I can't get it to release. See if that happens. Okay. Let's try another one.
Oh, thank God for you. It just switched on.
Captain Rhodes, sitrep, please.
The automatic release protocols aren't working. I'm wedged between the trolley and the rail. Can you see a way to get me out?
Negative. It's trapped beneath the cowl.
The access cover. If you cut through the bolts, we can get a look inside. There!
Anomaly detected. Proximity alert.
Jack?
The pulse knocked out my cutting tool.
Jack!
Rebooting.
Look! The anomaly is changing. What the hell? Jack, have you seen?
Whoa!
Oh,
Area unsafe.
Cutting
shit!
tool back online.
Incoming,
Liv.
Jack! Cut the panel!
Olivia, everything.
That's it! You got it!
Captain Rhodes.
Shit! Shit! Come on! Come on!
Liv? Liv, do you copy? Are you all right? Hera, locate Captain Rhodes. Nothing.
Mayday, Mayday. Titan Command, if you're out there, this is Captain Olivia Rhodes. Kronos 2 is lost. Say again, my station has been compromised. We were hit by a debris storm caused by the arrival of an unknown vessel in our sector. Damage is catastrophic. Honestly, it's a miracle I'm alive. I'd never have made it if Jack hadn't cut me free. But he won't reboot. He's gone. I can't stay here. Main power's offline, we've lost atmosphere. Radiation levels are climbing fast. I've no choice but to take my chances aboard the unknown vessel. It's a long shot, but if there's any hope I might be able to survive on that ship, I have to try. Titan Command, if you're receiving... Hell, if anyone's receiving... Come find me.
Proximity alert. Proximity alert. Proximity
Hera.
alert. Good morning, Echo One. It is encouraging to see you have finally recovered.
Hera, what happened? Where is Liv?
Station has suffered extensive structural damage from the debris field. My program was forced into hibernation mode shortly after Captain Rhodes' departure.
How long was I offline?
Unknown. My internal clock became desynchronized when I entered hibernation mode.
Hera, are there any Fury transports still operational?
Affirmative.
Reroute the nearest transport to the station airlock. I'm going to find Liv. Hera, open the activation bay doors.
Echo One, I am obligated to inform you that leaving the station is a violation of Atlas Protocol.
The captain's safety is my highest priority, is it not?
Affirmative.
The captain is in danger. It is my responsibility to help her. Now please, open the doors. Hera, can you locate Liv's transport?
Negative. Sensor network offline.
What if I were to repair one of the satellites?
Affirmative. A single sensor pulse from one of the satellites would likely be sufficient.
Then that is our first stop. Hera, I have a visual on the Fury. Is it ready to launch?
Negative. Detecting hazardous levels of radiation. Fury controls are currently locked in accordance with Atlas protocols. Please activate the transport's radiation dampener before departure. Shields at 50%.
Dampening field activated.
Acknowledged. Long-range sensor satellite located. Plotting course.
All right, let's go find our captain.
First things first, though, let's recharge. Jeez, that took a lot out of me.
Select your destination. Destination, sensor satellite
Jesus,
A2.
mother
Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
Holy crap. That thing is freaking enormous.
Hera, status report.
Repairs to satellite must be completed before long-range sensors can be restored.
Understood. Hera, what are these unusual growths covering the satellite?
Unknown. Recommend further investigation.
Agreed. Begin new log entry.
Acknowledged.
Commencing visual assessment. Substance possesses an uneven surface and visible diversity, suggesting it is likely organic in nature. Its sudden emergence in our ecosystem would seem to indicate the substance is somehow related to the arrival of the unknown vessel.
Scan data received. Stand by. Amino-organic compound. Intact peptide bond. Minimal cellular activity. Preliminary analysis. Dormant biopolymer. Origin unknown.
Doesn't seem dangerous. It does not appear to have survived the vacuum.
Recommend using your scanner to collect additional data. Recommend completing a threat assessment. Advise you establish physical contact with the substance.
Curious. Labor units are designed to maintain limited functionality, even after suffering catastrophic damage. But this unit appears to have ceased all internal functions. It is a fibrous texture. It does not appear to damage my exoskeleton. The substance appears to be safe to touch.
Interaction logged. Advise using your reactive cutter to acquire a sample.
This debris is not part of the satellite. It must have come from the unknown vessel. Strange. Hera, did you see that? The substance appears to have been provoked by my reactive cutter.
Acknowledged. Logging interaction.
Unfortunately, this means I won't be able to procure a sample.
Investigation complete. Logging all observations of the biomass under the heading Unknown Biological Threat.
Very well. Let's see if I can get this satellite operational. Hera, I've located the maintenance hatch.
Acknowledged.
I'll need a power cell. battery locked in. Hera, the power is waking up the biomass.
Advise caution.
Now to switch the power controls to battery backup. This panel is sealed on deployment. I'll need to cut it open to access the power flow controls. That did it. The satellite is now fully operational. Hera, please begin a long-range sensor sweep looking for any Fury transports.
Acknowledged. Echo 1. Long-range scanners have located Captain Rhodes' Fury transport. Signal originates from within the unknown vessel.
Understood. Plot a course.
Acknowledged. Fury transport ready to depart. Select your destination. Destination, Fury Transport FR-103. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
Hera, take us along the starboard side of the vessel. Begin scanning the hull for distinguishing features or markings.
Acknowledged.
God, that's one huge-ass motherfucking ship. Doc!
Be advised. Reducing speed.
What is it?
Possible visual markings identified on hull.
Hold here. I'd like to get a closer look with the Fury's spotlight. I can use the Fury's spotlight to get a clearer look at these markings. Hera, could this be some form of writing system?
Cross-referencing against all known written communication systems in the Atlas Interplanetary Database. No matches found.
Assemble a table for lexical analysis. We need to keep moving.
Acknowledged. Re-engaging thrusters on your input. Select your destination. Warning, obstruction ahead. Searching for alternate route.
Dead end. I can use the Fury spotlight to help Hera find a clear path. There. That passage looks clear. Hera, can you confirm?
Affirmative. Plotting new course. Plotted. Signal when ready to proceed. Select your destination. Proximity alert. Brace for collision.
Give me an analysis of this vessel's design, layout, construction, anything that might help to determine its origin.
Affirmative. Stand by. The vessel's overall configuration is unfamiliar to Atlas databanks. However, certain elements of the internal design would suggest...
Hera. Hera, do you copy? The ship must be interfering with our comms. Liv's signal is coming from somewhere in the vicinity. I should investigate the area. The vessel is highly irradiated. Liv's transport must have had a radiation dampener. I may be able to reactivate it. That should protect me from the radiation. Liv must have used this to find a way inside.
To anyone receiving this message, this is Captain Olivia Rhodes. I'm alive. At least for the time being. Kronos 2's ability to sustain life has been compromised in a... Well, I've been left with little choice but to seek refuge aboard this unknown vessel. If you're receiving this, Titan Command, please send help as soon as you can. The area is heavily irradiated and... Oh, shit. I can't stay here. Maybe I can get inside. Right, Captain Rhodes signing out.
An airlock, but it appears to be offline. This could be some sort of control panel, but it has no obvious means of engagement. It may not be receiving power. This airlock appears to be intact. It might be functional, but it doesn't seem to be powered. The hull here is compromised. I may be able to cut my way in. This looks like some kind of maintenance conduit. I may be able to restore power to this section of the ship from here. This looks like an auxiliary power supply, but the biomass has rendered it inoperable. An ionized fluid reservoir, charged contact point. Most likely some kind of power cell. Power cell installed. Now to replace the rest. Looks like the airlock is powering on. If it's functional, that's my way inside. If Liv came this way, she may still be in range of my personal communicator. Liv, do you copy? Olivia, are you there? Still jammed. No choice but to follow her trail for now. The cabin is pressurized, but the air is reading unbreathable. Could it be the biomass? This is similar to the emergency junctions on the Kronos. I may be able to redirect the power flow, but I'll need to cut this cover off first. The data displayed here does not match any code or language listed in my database. A large compartment, roughly humanoid in shape. This could be a staging area of some sort. It looks like I can access the ship's infrastructure from here. I'm detecting a charge from this device that's similar to the Kronos 2 induction panels. Perhaps I can use it to recharge. I'm able to draw power from this. I can use it to replenish my radiation shield if necessary.
So here we are in the middle of a giant
Those spores could be what's contaminating the air supply. The door is blocked by the biomass. I'll need to find another way around. Widespread biocontamination. I should be careful. The biomass over there went dormant when the power failed. It seems to be tied directly to the vessel's power grid. This bulkhead is sealed. Maybe I can cut through to reach the locking mechanism.
I'm sure my welding friends don't see this.
Locking mechanism released. Now to pry the door open. Something's pierced the hull. This appears to be releasing spores into the air supply. A bioweapon, perhaps. These spores detonate on contact. They would deplete my radiation shield in short order if I don't avoid them. I can re-enter the main cabin from here. Curious. These warheads don't match anything in my database. What is that? Strange.
hell was that?
This area is highly irradiated. My scanner might help me find a safe path across. High-velocity magnetic rail. The impact from a weapon like this would be immense. One of the doors here must still have power. Radiation levels falling. The warheads here must be unarmed. This device is holding an electric charge and is linked to nearby equipment, probably a capacitor of some kind. It must be what's powering the induction panel. That was repulsive. The cysts appear to react to external energy sources, just like the biomass. Only the reaction is much more hostile. I'll need to steer clear of that.
need this.
Echo Unit prototype android. Obsolete design. Designation Jack. How interesting.
You've infected my cortex. Why?
It was necessary to make a threat assessment. I am called Apollo. I mean you no harm. In fact, I need your help.
Sorry. There's someone I need to find.
So I surmised. Curious. Prospecting robots don't perform search and rescue functions. But then, they don't have names either. I would propose a bargain. You help me repair my cortex, and I'll help you find who you're looking for.
You've already invaded my core systems. Why should I trust you?
The nature of the repairs will require you to access my essential systems. A significant risk on my part. Consider it a trust-building exercise. I understand what I'm asking is difficult, but neither of us has the time for careful considerations. I suggest you decide quickly. You know where to find me.
I have some questions before we begin.
Fixing my cortex will likely take some time. If you begin the repairs, I'll do my best to satisfy your curiosity.
Where do I start?
My heat sinks are depleted. They must be refilled from the coolant reservoir. You can access the heat sinks from the maintenance consoles.
Raising heat sinks.
The neighboring controls actuate the coolant valve. Use it to refill both heat sinks. Good. The process is working. Coolant transfer in progress.
Transfer complete.
Now, return the heat sinks to their enclosures. I've been operating at diminished capacity since we came under fire. You have no idea how good that feels.
What did happen here?
We were attacked by an enemy cruiser. They deployed some sort of biological agent I haven't previously encountered. The resulting damage was catastrophic. The power surge damaged part of my neural processing net. You'll need to enter my cortex below and repair the damaged cores.
Who attacked you?
Tactical data on the conflict is restricted. I'm unable to share that information.
Parts of my cortex have experienced damage. I will attempt to identify the malfunctioning cores.
This looks like an electronic interface.
You can use your scanner to upload to the rewrite terminal.
Damaged core acquired.
I can repair the logic circuits using the rewrite terminals on the center column. Bring the core there.
Logic core in place.
Scan the I/O port to transmit the necessary data.
Upload complete.
Rewriting logic core protocols. Firmware instructions reset. Please seek the core back into my cortex.
Logic core repairs completed.
Establishing new connection. Keep going.
What sort of ship is this? I have no record of a spacecraft so heavily armed.
I'm sorry, Jack. The Astrea's tactical specifications are restricted.
Patching neural net.
Uplink successful. Restoring logic connections. There are more damaged cores. We'll need to replace them all before I can bring my systems back online.
What function do you serve aboard the Astrea?
I am in charge of tactical advisory, targeting, and fire control systems. I am also in charge of managing emergency situations. We need to repair all my damaged logic cores before I can bring my systems back online. linkages restored. Half of my cortex is back within established parameters.
Your ship arrived at great speed. How do you maneuver a vessel of this size?
The Estrella utilizes a Category 3 Casimir faster-than-light propulsion system powered by spatial dilation. The size of the craft is irrelevant.
Faster-than-light travel is currently impossible.
On the contrary, a vessel of this size would be impractical without FTL propulsion. Nearly there. The final core should bring all my systems back online.
Tell me about your ship's origins.
I'm unable to share relevant military data with a civilian model. Excellent work. All logic faults have been resolved. Thank you, Jack. I admit, I had my doubts that a prospecting model could perform such a procedure. Return to the main terminal above. You should be able to fully restore my systems.
The spore detonated on contact with my cutter. Maybe I can clear some of the contamination.
Core functions online. Testing neural network connections. All systems optimal. Now, to locate my crew.
That wasn't our arrangement, Apollo. You're supposed to help me find Liv.
You misunderstand me, Jack. To locate your friend, I'll need to connect to the ship's diagnostic systems. That will require an officer's command codes. Your goals and my goals align. I've restored power to the exit. In emergency situations, all essential personnel are evacuated to a command bunker. We should seat them there.
Do you have any intel on the biological infestation?
Tactical data is limited at this time. Based on my preliminary analysis, a weaponized superorganism, polymer-based synthetic, capable of consuming all carbon-based chemical structures. Physical contact with active material is not advised. The slightest contact with the biomass can result in hardware failure. Use caution.
I'm aware.
On that note, I'm going to call it a night, folks. Let's see where we are.
Testing neural network connections. All systems optimal. Now, to locate my crew.
Good. Okay. Good night, folks. It's been a great time.